Hey everyone, happy Friday. The weekend is nearly here. But first, we've got all this coming up on BBC Newsround today. Ricky finds out more about a new Wind in the Willows story. And we've got the strangest stories of the week. First today, schools have closed and thousands of people have left their homes for safety after a large, unexploded Second World War bomb was discovered in Plymouth. Specialist Royal Navy teams have been working through the night to prepare for a controlled explosion. The Army will place sand-filled containers around the device to try to protect nearby buildings from the blast. Among those that have been moved away from the area were pets, including these 4 kittens. And to find out more about this story, you can head to the Newsround website. OK, on to football now, and things are getting exciting for Hearts fans as their team is sitting at the top of the Scottish Premiership. They are 3 points clear at the top and there are just 4 games to go. It's been 60 years since the Edinburgh club last won it, but will they make it? We've been asking some young fans what they think.
I think Hearts are going to win the league. I think it's going to come down to the last day, but I think they're going to do it.
I'm so pleased with them and they're doing amazing. Let's think they win the league. I'm really nervous. I think it's going to be super tight, but I really hope they win the league.
I think Hearts are going to win the league this year because we've got key players, Lawrence Shankland's, he can hold up the ball, hit proper shots, get a few good goals. Claudio Braga, determined, always wants to win.
Hearts is doing so well, and I hope that they win the league, and I think they have a really good chance.
I think Hearts are going to win the league because they have Lawrence Shankland pulling the Jambos. I think Hearts are going to win the league because we've got loads of quality players like Shankland, Braga and Halkett, and I've been really confident since we beat Celtic 2-0.
You can do this, guys. Just think of all the teamwork, all the hard work you've been through. You got this. Come on, Hearts!
Thanks, guys. OK, next, there's a fresh twist to a much-loved classic, The Wind in the Willows. Ricky went to meet best-selling children's author M.G. Leonard, famous for Beetle Boy, to find out more about her new book.
Maya, here we are this morning, a beautiful spot. The weather is good for us as well. We're surrounded by these beautiful willow trees. Just tell us about the significance of where we are right now.
So to your left you can see the River Thames, and to our right is this wonderful Bisham Woods, which both locations were the inspiration behind Kenneth Grahame's famous book, The Wind in the Willows.
A book first published over 100 years ago that's since become one of the most celebrated stories in children's literature. Featuring characters like Mr. Toad, Badger and Ratty getting up to all kinds of mischief.
Found this bench just by the riverbank.
Underneath the willow trees.
Well, the classic story has been reimagined by children's author M.G. Leonard.
Why did you want to write another story continuing this world of The Wind in the Willows?
Well, at first I didn't.
You didn't?
No, I didn't, because to me The Wind in the Willows is a very precious story. It was read to me as a child when I was about 5 years old at bedtime. I've always thought it was a piece of perfection.
But one chapter always left Maya with a series of questions about what happened to a little otter called Portly.
And in this chapter, Ratty comes home to Molly of an evening saying that Otter's really worried because his son Portly has gone missing and everyone on the riverbank has been searching for days and can't find him. As a child, I just wanted to know, well, where's he been? What's he been doing? So when the publisher said, are you sure there's not any character from Wind in the Willows that you could write about? I suddenly thought, well, if you let me tell the story of what happened to Portly, I would love to do it. And that's how it all came about. One of the things that's lovely is to trace the path of the characters. And so when I was writing Portly, the Otter's Adventures, I actually used E.H. Shepard's map. And in my book at home, I've got little dotted pencil lines where I trace where Portly went to learn to swim. So I thought it was very important that Polly Dunbar, the wonderful illustrator of this book, put a map at the beginning. And as you can see, there's a lot of similarities.
Polly's drawings are inspired by some of the most iconic Wind in the Willows illustrations by E.H. Shepard. The original hand-coloured works are kept securely at the University of Surrey.
Are we allowed to hold these?
Yes, you've got clean hands.
Clean
so
hands,
yes.
we've washed our hands. So small, but so important to your story.
Yes, this is the book that was read to me at bedtime, and so to see the actual original illustrations laid out here, you know, both drawn and then coloured by E.H. Shepard is so special.
For more than a century, these characters have been part of our lives. Now, a new audience will discover them as their adventures continue.
OK, it's time for my favourite time of the week, strange news. Watch out for flashes in this one.
First up this week, here's an unusual competition. Yep, it's the European Seagull Screeching Competition, which took part in a seaside town in Belgium. More than 70 competitors from 15 different countries were judged by a panel of experts on how good their impression of a gull is, with the aim to encourage people to think more kindly of the seabirds, which some people see as annoying. I have no idea why. And if seagull screeching isn't your thing, then maybe this is. It's Estonia's first pig squealing contest. Participants, young and old, offered their best swine-like sounds, ranging from grunts and grumbles to one contestant's opera-inspired pig wail. The event aimed to highlight pig farming in Estonia, and a few real piglets were also present at the event, but they weren't allowed to enter and they didn't look very impressed. Finally, after all that hard work, I'm sure everybody needs cake, and this one could feed, well, everyone. Over 100 Italian pastry chefs broke the Guinness World Record for the longest tiramisu, making a cake that was over 440 meters long. The Italian-style cake used 1.5 tons of mascarpone cheese, hundreds of kilograms of sugar, and around 20,000 eggs. It was made over 2 days by chefs in London. Any left over for me? Guys, come on, where's mine?
That was one of the best strangers, I have to say. Well, that's all we've got time for today. Thank you so much for watching. As always, you can head online for loads more of the day's top stories. I hope you all enjoy your weekend. I'll see you soon. Bye.